Hello everyone, it's me Sangi and welcome back to my channel. As you guys have read the title, this video is going to be a little different than what I usually post and also might be a bit longer. I don't want to explain about this issue, or I don't want to talk about this particular issue much. So I tried to reach out to some of my friends who are vocal about this kind of issues, some of my college professors and some seniors, brothers, sisters, and I'm very glad for the responses that I've received. And I'm also aware that after watching this video, or even with my idea of coming out with this video, there are still going to be that negative section of people who are going to be like, what are you going to do? How can you make a difference? And I personally haven't gone through things like depression or anything, but I can really empathize with people who have been through that, and I feel that we need to talk about this matter more. So once again, thank you so much to each and every individual who were kind enough and brave enough to send me their video messages. I know some of you guys are not comfortable, or some of you guys are conscious speaking in front of camera, and I really respect you guys for coming out of your comfort zone and either sharing your video message or your written message, so that we as a community, we as a common voices can create awareness about this issue. Please guys, listen to each and every stories that I'm about to share in this video, and let's get started with this video.
So with the recent demise of one of our finest actors, all of us, we have come to light that a sound mental health is of vital importance to one and all. We know that depression, stress and anxiety has been an ongoing reality from the very get-go, and this depression, anxiety and stress, it comes to people irrespective of the status they hold, the gender, the caste and age, etc. So to all the people going through this right now, do not succumb yourselves to this. Instead, find people you could talk about your troubles and worries to. Read good books, watch good movies, watch motivational movies and videos, and find your interest and indulge yourselves in doing creative things. Keep yourself busy. Refrain yourselves from overthinking, because sometimes it is just our overthinking that brings about the unwanted stress, anxiety and depression in one's life. On the other hand, we as individuals and society, let us be open to and look out for people falling to these mishaps, support and listen to them and guide them into not taking the untimely measures to distance oneself from those anxiety, stress and the troubles that one is going through. Because an American inspirational speaker, Ianla Vanzant, has truly said, no storm, not even the one in your life, is permanent. The storm is just passing over.
आज म यो छोटो भिडियोमा मेन्टल हेल्थ एन्ड अवेरनेसको बारेमा चर्चा गर्न गइरहेको छु। एज यु नो, इन इन्डिया सुसाइड रेट आर इन्क्रिजिङ डे बाई डे, प्रत्येक दिन बढी नै रहेछ। According to the 2012 Lancet report, suicide rate in India are highest in 15 to 29 age group, that is youth populations. And it's also highest in Asia, 16.5 per lakh, जो चाहिँ above global average हो। And I just came to know that around 8 lakh people die annually, and only in India around 1,50,000 people lose their life annually through suicide. त्यसैले गर्दा इट्स ए ग्रेट म्याटर अफ कन्सर्न है। यसको बारेमा अवेरनेस गर्न अनि चर्चा गर्न अति नै जरुरी बनेर आएको छ। अनि यो सबैको बातमा चाहिँ हाम्रो सबैको मनमा एउटा प्रश्न उठ्दछ कि व्हाट वी आर डुइङ अबाउट इट। हामी वी जस्ट किप कोटिङ स्ट्याटिक्स है, कति बढ्दैछ कति घट्दैछ, बट मलाई चाहिँ लाग्छ, आई फिल लाइक वी शुड टेक इट एज प्रब्लम है। इफ वी डोन्ट टेक इट एज प्रब्लम, प्रोबेबली वी मे नट टेक इट सिरियसली। सो अनफर्चुनेटली today the many of us struggle with the mental illness, and as a clinician perspective, I feel like with the better identifications and better treatment of mental illness alone could have made a significant impact in the area of this suicide preventions and its challenges. About mental health ko barema kura garnu parda, down to the line, mental health is a very broad topic, you know, and certainly it's one of the major risk factor that confer is suicide rate. Mental health इट्स नट जस्ट ए डिप्रेस मुड है कतिले भन्छ मेन्टल हेल्थ चाहिँ जस्ट डिप्रेस मुड एउटा सिम्टम्स हो भनेर बट इट हेज ए भेराइटी अफ सिम्टम्स है मल्टिपल सिम्टम्स जस्तै अरू धेरै लक्षणहरू हुनसक्छ जस्तै लस अफ कन्सन्ट्रेसन्स अफको सुसाइडल थट है इम्पेयर्ड अर डिफेक्टिभ कन्सन्ट्रेसन्स इनएबिलिटी टु फोकस एन्ड स्पेसली चेन्ज इन स्लिपिङ प्याटर्न्स एन्ड एपिटाइट त्यसैले गर्दा इफ ए क्लोज फ्रेन्ड अर फ्यामिली मेम्बर is suspected to be struggling with depression अथवा if you notice any behavioral change in them it is critical that you must talk with them when you talk with them you may uncover their problems त्यसै कारणले गर्दा चाहिँ at that point you can assist them with medical attention certainly primary health care physician or psychiatric by doing so we can save many lives in clinical medicines sometimes a suicide or call a cry for help त्यसैले गर्दा हामीले हेल्प गर्नु उनीहरूलाई अति जरुरी हुनेछ उनीहरूलाई हेल्पको आवश्यकता हुनेछ सो इन लास्ट आई लाइक टु कन्क्लुड लाइक बाई सेइङ द्याट है हामीले यो मेन्टल इलनेसलाई चाहिँ इट्स ए भेरी क्रिटिकल द्याट वी मस्ट ब्रिङ दिस इन ए मेन स्ट्रिम है लाइक एनी अदर इस्यु जस्तै कार्डिक क्यान्सरहरूलाई जतिकै इम्पोर्टेन्ट दिन्छ यसलाई पनि त्यतिकै इम्पोर्टेन्ट दिनु जरुरी छ देन ओन्ली वी क्यान overcome this stigma. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Dicky and I am here to share some of my words on the ill-fated mental disease called depression. When we use the word depression, we might actually not even guess of how badly effective it could be. In India, there are almost 10 million cases of depression per year, which literally means millions of people are on the edge of losing their precious life. And God knows, in the count, which familiar face you might soon be losing. As I googled it for the solution to it, the one that caught my eyes is a treatment called EMDR, Eye Movement Desensitization Reprocessing, which basically is a treatment in which you need to move your eye side to side. Research says it enables you to assess and process the traumatic memories you could have stored in your brain. So as you see, in a generation full of such advanced technologies, there are many ways you could overcome your problem. You just have to seek for one. Life is too precious to lose just for anything. So dear people, time to time, you are in need of asking your beloved ones, just for once, are you okay? Who knows? Your "are you okay" might let them have the courage to pull their guard down. And to the victim ones who might be going through this phase of depression, I just want to tell you, your life is too worthful, too much worthful. If not for you, then it's still worthful for the one who gave you one. Thank you.
Mental health is not a joke, and depression is not a choice. Anybody can go through depression, even you can go through depression. Who knows what a person is going through? It is not that it is a chronic disease which cannot be cured, but it can be cured by hearing out a person who is depressed. All a depressed person wants is just to be heard. So reach out to people whom you think are depressed and just hear them out. Nothing else, you just need to hear them out. Let's end this mental health stigma together, forever.
Suicide is not helpful, suicide is not the solution, right? We read books, we listen to music. Sometimes they are very, very helpful and positively helpful, positive हुन्छ कतिवटा कुरा. But sometimes के हुन्छ भने चाहिँ त्यसको नेगेटिभ इफेक्ट पनि हुन्छ है. Like take some fictional books हैन, fictional books मा अथरले अब लाइक गरेको हुन्छ त्यहाँ जुन प्रकारको क्यारेक्टर हुन्छ हैन, त्यो क्यारेक्टरमा चाहिँ अथरले अब उसले के भन्छ उसको लाइफ दिएर नै हुन्छ नि अब उसको त्यसमा त्यो क्यारेक्टरमा त्यो उसले लाइफ दिन्छ है त्यो क्यारेक्टरमा चाहिँ. अन्त त्यो क्यारेक्टरमा चाहिँ त्यो लाइफ दिन्छ. अन्त त्यो क्यारेक्टर चाहिँ समटाइम्स के हुन्छ भने चाहिँ हामीले बुक्स पढ्दै गर्दा चाहिँ हामी नै हो हाम्रो क्यारेक्टरसँग कम्पेयर गर्न थाल्छ हामी. अन्त त्यसले चाहिँ समटाइम्स के हुन्छ भने चाहिँ हाम्रो माइन्डमा चाहिँ हाम्रो ब्रेनमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने चाहिँ त्यसले चाहिँ हामीलाई नेगेटिभ इफेक्ट खालको क्या त त्यो प्रड्युस गर्छ है. अन्त विच इज नट सो गुड होइन, बिकज त्यसले नै अब अफ्टन इट लिड्स टु सुसाइडल केसेसहरू होइन. So please be aware about what you are reading, please be thoughtful about what you are listening to or reading, or whom you are hearing. Not every talks पनि राम्रो हुँदैन नि त, पोजिटिभ हुँदैन नि त, कतिवटा टक्सहरू because there are almost 8 billion people in this world, अन्त 8 billion people को 8 बिलियनबाटै almost 8 billion people छ, सो त्यतिबाटै हुन्छ नि त पर्सेप्सन, the things we take, like हुन्छ नि the words, एउटाले भनेको सेन्टेन्स अर्कोले सेम बुझ्दैन नि त, and the third person ले फेरि सेम बुझ्छ भन्ने पनि छैन, सो त्यस्तो हुन्छ। अन्त we should be very careful, we should be very careful about what we listen to, especially when you are going through depression, anxiety, the phaseहरू जाँदा चाहिँ एकदमै झन् इम्पोर्टेन्ट, it's very important that you are very careful with what you read or listen to, म्युजिकले पनि कोही बेला पुरा मोटिभेट गर्छ त्यो सुसाइड गर्नुमा, त्यो त्यस्तो प्रकारको एक्ट गर्नुमा, so you have to be very careful। And what I want to say is that just if you think that putting an end to your life will put an end to all the problems in your life, then you are wrong, है, त्यो कहिले पनि हुँदैन, because suicide is not helpful, suicide is not the solution, suicide is not helpful, है। अन्त मैले यो रिपिट गरेँ, है। एन्ड अर्को कुरा चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ लास्टली चाहिँ म के भन्न चाहन्छु भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ just know that, है, if suicide ever crosses your mind, होइन भने चाहिँ just know that I would rather listen to your story than attend your funeral.
Hi guys, myself Jyotika. I'm a teacher in Himachal Pradesh. We keep on hearing about incidences like depression, suicide, mental illness, etc. all around us. That brings to our attention a current situation that we all are facing in time like this, when everything is simply shut down and there are not enough opportunities to explore around or to be around traveling. Now, all of it has taken essentially to a point where we are so restless, we are so hyper, we are so agitated that we cannot accept any break. So as a person, as a human being, I feel that somehow this mad race that is going all around, we need to be aware of it. It is taking a toll on us, all of us. Nobody is immune to it. Rich, poor, no one. So it is something that has to be taken care of. And if we cannot, then we are going to be into a deep trouble. And the most important thing is we got to do it ourselves. If we cannot take care of ourselves, no one else can. So the first thing that comes into my mind is the thought of relaxation. In this age of just doing or just running around here and there for something or meaninglessly, we have just forgotten the basic thing of relaxation, of taking it easy, of not being in a rush all the time. Why should we be rushing all the time? Why can't we be at rest or still or at ease or simply enjoying the beautiful life that is given us by this existence for free? This race, this tendency of keep running around all the time has driven us mad. A matter of concern is that practically everyone is living in such a situation, and this situation is not beneficial to anyone. We need to take care of it. So from my own personal experience, I would like to say that anything that gives you relaxation, anything that leads you into a state of relaxation is worth consideration. Whether it is music, poetry, dance, just gazing at the star, playing with your child, or whatsoever. Just taking out time from your busy schedule, from your daily activities, and finding relaxation or just to be able to relax. When you are not doing anything, you are simply there, not trying to achieve anything, not trying to do anything. I feel that can help. I hope what I have said can reach someone in need and help him or her out. Thank you.
My name is Shimon Namatabo, and today I'm here to talk about ongoing issues that are going on and that have happened around stress, anxiety, and depression. कति कस्तो ठाउँमा लाँदैछ भनेर भर्खर नै हामीले सुनिरहेछ हाम्रो एक्टरहरूले सुसाइड गरिरहेको यो कुराहरू हामीले अगाडिदेखि नै सुनिरहेको कुराहरू है। अनि आज त्यही मेन्टल इस्युजको बारेमा हामी म कुरा गर्न आएको छु। अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ बेसिकली मैले के एक्सपिरियन्स गरेँ जब म आफ्नो लोवेस्ट टाइममा थिएँ है, अनि त्यो समयमा चाहिँ मैले के गरेँ अनि म चाहिँ त्यो लुपबाट चाहिँ कसरी निक्लिन सकेँ भने त्यो फ्यु थिङ्स म सेयर गर्न चाहन्छु है। मेरो चाहिँ के भएको भने स्ट्रेस अनि एङ्जाइटी टाइपको नै भएको थियो है। अनि धेरैवटा कुराले गर्दाखेरि बिट करियर वाइज है, अनि रिलेसनसिप एज इन फ्यामिलीसँग अनि कसैसँग आफ्नो रिलेसनसिपहरू मेन्टेन गर्दै गर्दाखेरि त्यति बेला धेरै साह्रो परेको थियो। अनि सबै कुरा नै क्रम्बलिङ डाउन जाँदै गरेको जस्तो लागेको थियो है। अनि त्यति बेला चाहिँ एउटा के चाहिँ इम्पोर्टेन्ट मलाई चाहिँ लाग्यो भने चाहिँ वी निड टु हेभ अ ग्रुप अर एउटा हुन्छ नि पर्सन हु यु क्यान ट्रस्ट अपन क्या। त्यति बेला चाहिँ यी मान्छेहरू चाहिँ तपाईँको लाइफमा चाहिँ एउटा की रोल प्ले गर्छ है। अनि हामीलाई थाहै छ हामी ह्युमन्सहरू चाहिँ एउटा सोसाइटीमा बस्ने मान्छे हो। अनि इभन दो हाम्रो क्रिएसन हुँदै गर्दा पनि हामी पेयर्समा बनिएको थियो है। अनि वी निड इच अदर भन्ने खालको टाइपको नि। अनि जब मैले चाहिँ यी ग्रुपहरूमा अनि यो जो जति मान्छेहरू थियो है उनीहरूसँग आफ्नो फिलिङ्सको बारेमा सेयरिङहरू गर्दै थिएँ, आफ्नो बहिनी दाजु अनि साथीहरूसँग सेयर गर्दै थिएँ। त्यति बेला मेरो भित्र एउटा बर्डन चाहिँ हटिँदै बिस्तारै हटिँदै जाँदै थियो। अनि उनीहरूले हौसला दिँदै गरेको कुराहरूमा चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ एउटा हौसला पाउँदै थियो है। अनि त्यो कुराहरूबाट म निक्लन सकेँ। त्यो जुन म स्ट्रेस एङ्जाइटीमा थिएँ है त्यो कुराहरूबाट म निस्कन सकेँ। अनि मलाई चाहिँ यही चाहिँ एउटा इम्पोर्टेन्ट लाग्छ है। अनि दोज हु आर लिसनिङ टु दिस भिडियो है, जो यो स्ट्रेस एङ्जाइटी अनि डिप्रेसनको सिचुएसनमा हुनुहुँदैन उनीहरूलाई पनि एउटा मेसेज छ के भन्दा चाहिँ तपाईँहरूले एउटा साथी कि नभए एउटा ग्रुपमा तपाईँले राख्नु चाहिँ एकदमै नेसेसरी छ है। अनि एटलिस्ट तपाईँहरू वन्स अ मन्थ भेटेर आफ्नो फिलिङ्सहरू सेयर गर्ने, किनभने हाम्रो सोसाइटीमा चाहिँ यो त्यति साह्रो छ जस्तो मलाई चाहिँ लाग्दैन। अनि यसको इम्पोर्टेन्स चाहिँ त्यति हामीले लिन सकेको छैनौँ है। जस्तै अब हामी फरेनहरूमा मुभिजहरू हेर्दाखेरि उनीहरूको एउटा ग्रुप हुन्छ, एउटा एडिक्सनको लागि अलग्गै एउटा ग्रुप टक ग्रुप हुन्छ है। भेरियस अरू कुरामा पनि उनीहरूको ग्रुपहरू हुन्छ। अन्त यो चाहिँ हाम्रो सोसाइटीमा आउनु एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ है, मलाई यति नै लाग्छ। अनि God bless you and God be with you. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Chomo and I'm also a local YouTuber from Sikkim, and I'm here in the hopes of spreading awareness about how important the life is. As we are going through our fair shares of difficulties and situations that seems impossible to face, then we realize that we are stronger than the way life throws you. So I'm sure that during this pandemic occurring, most of them are going through the hard times than other. For them, I just want to let you know that you are not alone. We are here to support you. And whenever you feel that you are going through any kind of situation, and whenever you have any problem, share your feelings to your loved ones and to the person whom you feel that you are close with. And because sharing your feelings and letting them know will lighten up your heart instead of keeping it to yourself. Suicide is such a sad word to mention on any context. It's not a solution or anything, or neither it's a way to run away. You have your own responsibility towards your parents, towards your child, towards yourself. Think about them before taking any kind of steps in your life, because doing such kind of things will only bring negativity to your family, and they are the one who care for you. And think about them, how they will feel if you take this kind of steps. So learn to fight the situation instead of running away from that situation. We ourselves feel that our doing is
as the ocean. So lastly, I want to convey that it's not about how you came into that situation, it's about how you overcome that situation and makes the life better.
So some time ago, I was sick, very sick up here. But the best decision I made was to seek help. You need to seek help. So I decided I need to, go and see a professional, and I ended up seeing a psychiatrist. I went and I saw him, so he prescribed me with some drugs and advised me to sign up for group therapies, which I thought I wouldn't do it because due to obvious reasons there would be so many people, so I don't want so many people to know about my stories, all these things, I was like very scared. Now the second best thing I did was to seek help from my family. So I went and I told them what I'm going through. I am very grateful to them that they understood and they were ready to do anything that would make me feel better. So one of my family members, they advised me there's a meditation center down in the town. So if you would go and, seek help from there, you'd be great. So I said, yeah, why not? So I'm trying so many things then, why not this, So I went there and I meditated for a couple of weeks, and it was really good, very refreshing. I discovered so many things about myself. So then what did I do was when I came back home, then what I realized was I'm doing great. I am healing. 80% of me, I am being the normal me. So to make it 100%, what did I started doing was I discovered and started cultivating a new hobby and really started investigating myself, what am I really good at other than what I do right now. So what I found out was I was pretty good at writing. So I started writing poems, I started writing articles, etc. That thing made me a completely different person. I felt like I was breathing, the air was sweet, I was breathing fresh air after months. So that was oh, I am alive again. And I must tell you, there are multiple people in your life who just pull you down, who will say that, oh, you're becoming fat, you've become fat, you gained so much weight, you're sick, you're mentally sick, go and see a doctor or something. Who'll say oh, what have you started doing? You see, you're into medical profession and again now you're writing, what are you doing? I don't understand, you're such a loser. But you know what? All these things don't define you. You define yourself. So now I see myself and I say, guess what? I'm a content writer and I'm a physiotherapist. I can do both. So if I can, you can too. Just know that you're not alone. You're not alone.
Oh, hello everyone, and you all might have heard the news about Sushant Singh, and that was really disturbing for me because I thought he had everything he wanted, everything that I could ask for, fame, money, but you never know. Mental health is something that should not be taken lightly, and this needs medical attention and love and support from your families and friends, okay? Honestly speaking, guys, even I have been through this, okay? But I'm glad that I was able to speak about this issue, that I was able to speak my heart out. And thankfully, I had some good people in my life that helped me get through this. And mainly what I feel like the reason why people don't share about their feelings, their sufferings, their pain is because people gossip a lot, okay? Because of this thing called gossip, in fact. So what I feel like, when someone is sharing something to you that is affecting his or her life, then you should just sit there and listen to it rather than gossip about this, okay? What happened, we cannot change it, okay? But let's create a safe society. Let's create a healthy society by not promoting things like bullying, racism, discrimination, gender inequality, body shaming, teasing, things like that. Okay. Lastly, what I would like to say is, please, guys, suicide is not an option. Okay, your life matters. Each and everyone's life matters. Before taking a wrong step, before committing a sin, I'd rather call it a sin. Okay, because taking one's life is like a sin. Is a sin. Sorry. Okay, so before taking your life, think about your mom and dad first. Think about your loved ones. Think about your friends, your families. Okay, so please, guys, suicide is not an option, and please be kind to others and not just do it for the sake of internet. Okay, and thank you for letting me be a part of this. Aisange.
अन्त मान्छेहरूले चाहिँ अब यस्तो हुन्छ नि कुनै मान्छेहरू प्रब्लममा फसिरहेको हुन्छ एन्ड दे थिङ्क लाइक द्याट दे आर ओन्ली द प्रब्लम भनेर त्यस्तो भनेर सोच्छ नि है। त त्यस्तो नसोच्नुहोस्, किनभने एभ्री वान हेज देयर प्रब्लम, बट प्रब्लममा चाहिँ के हुन्छ, सल्युसन पनि हुन्छ। विदाउट सल्युसन त्यसको प्रब्लम हुँदैन, र प्रब्लम बिनाको सल्युसन पनि हुँदैन। तपाईँहरूले यस्तो खालको सोच्नुहोस्, यदि तपाईँको लाइफमा चाहिँ प्रब्लम आउँदैछ भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई चाहिँ एउटा च्यालेन्जको रूपमा तपाईँले एक्सेप्ट गर्नुहोस् कि हो। त्यो प्रब्लम चाहिँ प्रब्लम भनेर चाहिँ नसम्झिनुहोस्, एउटा च्यालेन्ज भनेर सम्झिनुहोस्। त्यो प्रब्लम मलाई याद छ, तपाईँहरूले चाहिँ इजिली त्यो चिजलाई ह्यान्डल गर्नु सक्नुहुन्छ। किनभने चाहिँ कसको लाइफमा प्रब्लम हुँदैन होइन, सबैको लाइफमा प्रब्लम हुन्छ। अब प्रब्लम भन्ने बित्तिकै त्यो चिजलाई एकदम मेन्टली त्यसलाई सोच्नु भएन होइन। अगर तपाईँ अब त्यस्तो साह्रो सोच्नु भयो भने त त्यही चिजले तपाईँलाई अब के स्ट्रेस एकदमै बेसी भएर तपाईँ डिप्रेसनमा पुग्नुहुन्छ। त डिप्रेसनहरूकोबाट बाँच्नुको लागि चाहिँ ओभर थिङ्किङ हुनुहुँदैन होइन। ओभर थिङ्किङ हुनुको मतलबै के हो, मान्छे चाहिँ अब कुनै प्रब्लममा पस्नु हो। बरु त्योभन्दा के गर्नुहोस् भने तपाईँको आफ्नो लभ वानहरूलाई कल गर्नुहोस्, या त फ्यामिलीहरूलाई कल गर्नुहोस्, या त फ्रेन्डहरूसित इन्टरेक्ट गर्नुहोस् होइन, बोल्नुहोस्, तपाईँहरूले अलिकति सेयर गर्नुहोस्। अब कोही मान्छे पनि यस्तो हुँदैन कि तपाईँको लाइफमा के चलिरहेछ नोबडी नोस है, के भइरहेछ तपाईँको लाइफमा। तर अलिकति तपाईँहरूले अब त्यो मान्छेसित अब कुनै तपाईँको छेउमा करिबवान त हुन्छ होइन, त्यो मान्छेसित अलिकति प्रब्लम सेयर गऱ्यो भने त्यो मान्छेले बुझ्छ तपाईँको लाइफमा यस्तो यस्तो भइरहेको छ। सो त्यही अनुसार उसले पनि तपाईँलाई सजेस्ट गर्छ। अन्त चाहिँ सजेस्ट गरेकोमा अलिकति भए पनि तपाईँलाई फाइदा हुन्छ।
When someone you care about is depressed, offering advice or wisdom may be something you do with only good intentions in mind. However, the words you use may not convey the message you want to send. Here are some of the worst things to say to someone who is depressed. Try harder. Having someone tell you to try harder when you're already giving it your best effort can be demoralizing and may make a person with depression feel the situation is hopeless. Cheer up. Your well-meaning exhortations to cheer up or smile may feel friendly, but they oversimplify the feelings of sadness associated with depression. But you don't look depressed. People who need help often look like people who don't need help. In other words, how a person appears on the outside does not necessarily reflect how they feel on the inside. It's all in your head, or it's your fault. These kind of phrases may make them feel attacked, as though they are being accused of making it up or lying about how they feel about the depression. You don't think about anyone but yourself. These kind of phrases only fuels feelings of blame, shame, and guilt instead of providing them with comfort. I don't understand. Rather than giving up on a conversation by saying, I just don't understand, start by reassuring your loved one that you care about them. The last one, let it go, or this too shall pass. You may feel like you're offering hope by saying that eventually things will get better, but a person who is depressed may be frustrated wondering how long they will have to wait. Lastly, sometimes a hug is worth more than 1,000 words.
Hello everyone, this is Kechung Lepcha. So if I need to talk about depression, for me, depression is sadness, unhappiness, sorrow, downheartedness that dominates our positive life activities. We all know thousands of people are committing suicide throughout this world. In the meanwhile, we also know that this depression is getting less priority than it needed. We talk about depression only once in a blue moon, when someone commits suicide or something. And the talk may last for a day or twice. But today, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is burning with suicide's issue. But we have failed to understand that throughout this world, around 800,000 people commit suicide every year, which means one person every 40 seconds is committing suicide. When people are committing suicide in such a big number, we cannot just blame the individual. There must be something wrong with our system too. So, to bring about the change, I strongly feel the educational institute or education system is the prime one. The education system should be reframed in such a way that it doesn't limit with examination or bookish knowledge. It should be able to impart life or moral lessons to the pupil so that once they counteract with mental health illness or mental disorder, they have an alternative other than suicide. So lastly, the world is suffering from COVID-19. It is our part to play that we stay home. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kulika Kharel and I have done my masters in clinical psychology. So I am here to talk about mental health and its importance. So let me first start by defining what mental health is. Mental health comprises of three main factors, and that is our cognitive, behavioral and emotional well-being. So cognitive being our ability to think, behavioral the way we react to the environment, and emotional the way we feel. So these three factors combined together is our mental health. Now let me tell you one thing, that mental health is as important as our physical health, and I don't know why, but we tend to just ignore our mental health completely, which is so wrong, and we shouldn't be doing that. Also, to call yourself a fit person, you have to be both mentally and physically fit. You cannot just be physically fit and call yourself you are a very fit person. No, you cannot do that. There has to be a balance of your physical fitness and your mental fitness in order to become a fit individual. Okay, so now mental health is very important, and mental illnesses does not happen to a certain people or a certain individual. Okay, so now mental health is very important, and mental illnesses does not happen to a certain people or a certain group of people, but it affects children, it affects adolescents, it affects adults, and also our senior citizen or our elderly people. So mental health affects all of us. It's not like it just affect a particular targeted people and then the rest of us are like, oh yeah, I'm fine. No, it's not like that. So yeah, there are like a lot of factors that actually affects mental health, and two most important factors are biological factors and environmental factors. Now there are a lot of illnesses that happens due to biological reasons, and there are other reasons that have been triggered by environment. So yeah, these two factors plays a very very important role. So if someone who is suffering from mental health, or like is showing some signs and symptoms of some kind of mental illnesses, please talk to them, reach out to them. Even if you are the one who is facing mental health problems, please talk to someone. I know that it is very hard to come out and speak about it, because you may feel that people are not going to understand what I'm going through, but trust me, there are a lot of people who are willing to help and will definitely help you. So yes, please seek for help. Don't just don't keep it to yourself, talk it out. Thank you.